Keep your clothes on. I can't believe you're not wearing a Disney by the Numbers Teacher Club shirt.
I know. I feel strange.
You're not pushing brand awareness.
I'm not representing.
I'm repping the
representing in the hood.
Representing in the hizzy.
In the hizzy with the fizzy.
Yeah. So hey, if you're watching live, this is the Disney Parks Podcast live show for Monday, June 27th. We're going to get started recording here in just a second. I want to welcome you to the show. And if you're just paying attention, I have now fixed it to where it's not just Tony. It's Tony and me. So you get both of our shiny faces. Yeah, I had it on when I'm recording. I had it on where I'm just seeing you the whole time in the Google Hangout. You click the button and it's just,
Oh, yeah.
What I didn't realize was I was apparently affecting how the recording was, so it was just all you all the time. And
nice.
as fascinating as you are watching you do this,
like head bobber.
Yeah,
I'm a head bobber.
Well, I'm talking about something else. It's really not that. Hey, Vince. Vince is in the chat room. Good to see you.
Yep.
Welcome to the club. We'll get
I wonder
started.
if it's my friendly Vince from New Jersey.
Vinny.
Hey, Vinny from Jersey.
Vinny from Jersey. All right, if I can get through this coughing phase, it'll be great.
Yep.
Just great. All right. I had a thought. What if we started the show?
That scares me.
What if we started the show and we go through the whole thing minus any of the announcement stuff, like the show sponsored by the T-shirt club. We just start kind of chit-chatting and then say, well, it's about the time to get into the news.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back from the break and then do the news. God bless you.
Thank you.
And then do the promo stuff.
Sure.
You want to do that?
That's fine.
All right. That's something different. Because, people who are just coming in and just fast forwarding through certain things, I want to keep it interesting for them.
They'll be like, oh, wait a minute, what happened?
Son of a... All right. Cool. All right, well, let's get started, shall we?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John. I come to you from WW Parkhoppers. Joining me, as always, is my co-hostess with the mostest, Mr. Tony Caselnova from Disney by the Numbers. What's up, brother?
Very well, very well, very well. Hey, I had this revelation this weekend. There was a lot of stuff opening and starting up this summer at Walt Disney World in Florida. There was a lot of things coming online. So if you're heading down here, you better check your little Excel worksheet of the attractions you want to hit, because it is all lit up with new things, my friends. And I will tell you this, too. As crazy as this is, and as crazy as it sounds, we were in the studios on Saturday. And I'm going to say this. It was like a ghost town. It was so light in the crowds.
Were tumbleweeds swinging by?
That we actually got a fast pass for Toy Story Mania while standing in front of Toy Story Mania.
Get out. That's
I kid you not. We went on Toy Story Mania, and the wait was only 40 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Either everybody's over at that Frozen attraction, which is broken down, or they're just not going to the studios because they feel there's too much construction there. So if you're coming and you're not looking for a crowd, go to the studios. That's my recommendation right now. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, they did say that, this is the awakened summer at Walt Disney World. So I guess that makes total sense with everything that they're opening over there. So
yeah,
it's an exciting time. I can't remember a time in recent history outside of maybe some of the new Fantasyland stuff when there was this much actually happening.
Yeah.
And then you realize you have half a park under construction.
Right.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of
All
stuff.
right.
I don't think any other park has this much stuff opening this summer.
Yeah.
For us,
No.
so good things.
Hey, I don't see it. I'm looking through. I don't see it in the news. I saw a news report today. Have
Mhm.
you seen some of the images coming back from Shanghai Disney on what the crowds are doing to the parks?
No.
It's unbelievable. They actually have to put out a pamphlet on park etiquette, like things like don't trample on the foliage, don't defecate in the walkways, pick up your own trash, those kind of things.
Hmm.
Because the crowd sizes have been so huge. I think the number has been 4,500 to 1, 45 people to one bathroom.
Wow.
So there were Americans watching that were just blown away by watching people let their kids just, drop a deuce right in the middle of the, right where the trees are. And I actually had a chance to talk to a couple that had just gotten back from China and spent a day at Shanghai Disneyland.
Right.
And they said that it's amazing that the park area, the one area that's just a park,
Yeah.
is
The
very
gardens of imagination.
yeah. That they have areas where you can actually do physical fitness kind of things.
Yeah.
And they said that the queue lines that we have here in America, because we understand the concept of a queue line and we're
Right.
polite,
Yeah.
we stay in the queue, we go back and forth and zigzag it. They had to redesign and reconfigure the queue line so that you didn't know where the queue was going and what it was doing, because people were jumping the queues constantly. Because they're so used to trying to fight and scratch for every little thing that they get, that people were just jumping into the queue line and just jumping all over. And that's something else they had to put in the pamphlets. So, this couple said that Shanghai Disney is amazing, but it's really the people that are making it kind of, not a fun experience. I'm not talking about China as a whole. So if you're listening,
Right.
China, I love your food, but you're kind of abusing the park over there.
So I went to what is now been dubbed Shanghai Light over at the China Pavilion. Went over there Sunday when we were over there trying to get on Frozen, and I saw Shanghai Light. So they got rid of everything in the pavilion and put up all the Shanghai things.
Really, including the terracotta?
Yeah, all the terracotta things are all the display windows, all the terracotta things are all gone. It's
Wow.
Shanghai Light, and they have some costume stuff. You know what the costumes look like. They have some concept things from each of the lands. Um, and the one thing that was weird and just I was like, what? So back in the day, they made that awesome model of like Fantasyland. That was in One Man's Dream. That big, huge thing. It was
Yeah.
all to
Yeah.
scale ish,
Mm-hmm.
and they even did it for the stuff for Disney Springs. They made a whole big model.
Right.
They had the whole middle of the room was this big thing, and it was a flat picture. It was nothing raised up. There was no model. It was just a flat picture that they blew up and stuck on a piece of wood and slapped it in the middle of this room. I was like, what? I'm thinking, well, maybe that is still being used by Imagineering. Maybe it's still in Shanghai. Maybe they're still using that, to scale model to figure things out or whatever. So maybe it'll come here. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
Well, don't they still have that model at One Man's Dream at Hollywood Studios, or is that gone bye-bye yet?
I think that it might be there. It might still be there. I don't know. They keep moving things around in there. That might still be in there. But that's what then they should move over there and put, in the middle of this room, not this flat picture. It's almost like they took a map of the park, blew it up, supersized it, and then stuck it on this.
We already have that, Disney. It's called Google Earth.
Exactly. Google Earth would look better than this thing.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to go see it. I didn't really even take any pictures of it because I just thought it was weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was interesting, and I like the way people are calling it Shanghai Light.
Shanghai Light. Half the interest and none of the air miles.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Well, that we're going to catch up on what Tony did this weekend. I didn't do any Disney this weekend other than I celebrated Stitch's 626 day on Sunday.
I was about that.
We're going to, I didn't do very much. I shared a couple things on Facebook. I didn't even wear blue. I'm a really pathetic Stitch fan. I keep waiting for the Disney by the Number T-shirt Club Stitch shirt to come out, and then I'm going to order like a dozen, So, anyway,
you know who to bother.
I bother them all the time. So that's kind of, we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to do a special show again this week. We're going to do an infotainment show.
Yes, we
are.
We're
going to talk about the Food and Wine Festival preview that Tony got to attend with our good friend Kristen from Dining at Disney, right? Dining at Disney?
Dining at Disney. At least you messed it up this time and not me.
Yeah, sorry. There's always that moment of hesitation of, okay, because we're friends with both her and AJ.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the new Frozen attraction that opened up. We're going to talk about some other things that Tony got to do this weekend. That's going to be a special show that's going to come out on Friday, so you're not going to want to miss that. And we're going to go ahead and get into just the regular news show. If you're ready, Tony, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is it that time to get into the news?
Hey, all right. So, as always, this show is sponsored by. Who's it sponsored by? No.
Oh, I didn't know that was a cue. As usual, the show is sponsored by our friends over at Theme Park Concierge. And you could do all sorts of great stuff. Ramon and his team over there will take you all around the Disney parks as well as Universal, SeaWorld, now Disneyland, if you believe that, for just a very inexpensive fee for either half a day or full day. Ramon or one of his amazing team members will take you around and treat you to a day at Disney or any of those great theme parks that you will not soon forget. The best thing you could do is email Ramon at themeparkconcierges.com or call 407-257-9973. You can also visit them on Facebook at facebook.com/Ramon VIP Concierges. And here's the thing. Tell them that the Disney Parks podcast sent you, and you will save 10% on anything that you do with Theme Park Concierges, which is an incredible offer. We love those guys, and we're very grateful to have them on board.
Yep. And if you want to know where to find us, we are going to be doing a little meetup July 9th at 8:30 at the River Roost visit at New Orleans Riverside. We are going to hang out with Yeehaw Bob and have a hootin' and hollering good time. Bob is a very interactive, engaging person. If you've never seen him, you'll be quite surprised at the entertainment. That is free here at Walt Disney World. And then if that's not enough, on August 20th, we are going to Splitsville between starting at 7 o'clock, probably ending around 10-ish. If you'd like to do some bowling and dining and shoot some pool and just hang out with us and chit-chat with fellow Disney fans, come hang out with us August 20th at Splitsville, which is on the west side of Disney Springs. And then we have other things coming up that we'll let you know once we get them all figured out. But we have some good stuff coming up.
Yep. And I already mentioned that I'm repping the Disney by the Numbers T-shirt Club T-shirts. You can now join the T-shirt Club. For a long time, it was just a private group. Now we've opened it up to the public. So what you could do is you can follow the link over at DisneyParksPodcast.com. Now to get you to a page where you can sign up. And then what happens is every month you get an email or you get a notification on Facebook saying, hey, here's the new shirt. You have the opportunity to buy it or as many as you want, but you're not obligated to purchase any of the shirts. And I can't believe that the shirts are still an economical $13 per shirt. And they do have plus sizes. I'm a big dude. I like the plus sizes. They're only like $2 or $3 more for the plus sizes. Still an incredible value. You can buy T-shirts for the entire family and spend half the amount of money that you would at the Disney theme parks. Now, I know you're probably going to want to buy them at the theme parks too, but these are custom shirts. You're not going to find these anywhere else but the Disney by the Numbers T-shirt Club. So visit us over at Disney Parks Podcast. Click the link for the T-shirt club. Find us over on Facebook and join the club today.
Sounds great.
So you want to tell them we're out the podcast? Okay, so we're going. All right. So Disney has some Frozen news. I'm so excited. It wouldn't be a show. It wouldn't be a show for the Disney Parks Podcast if Disney wasn't involved. So Disney expands the Frozen franchise with a brand new collection of books, animated shorts, and digital extensions. Walt Disney Animation Studios has this little movie called Frozen that you might have heard of. They have launched a worldwide phenomenon back in 2013. Yes. Can you remember a day when we didn't talk about Frozen every week?
Yes.
It became the highest grossing animated feature ever with more than 1.27 billion in global box office, which I think Finding Dory is about to crush.
Yeah, I think so.
So to build on the beloved tale, Disney has announced Frozen Northern Lights, which is an original story from the Kingdom of Arendelle, spanning a collection of books, animated shorts from the Lego Group, and new digital extensions. I don't know why I can't say that word. Beginning in July, Frozen fans can follow Anna, Elsa, Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven in an epic adventure to restore the glimmer of the Northern Lights. The story, titled Disney Frozen Northern Lights, Journey to the Lights.
Go to the light, my Frozen friends. Go to the light.
When the Frozen awakens. Wow, we'll have to talk about that in a second. Published by Random House, will be introduced as a deluxe novelization of in July, ahead of an extended collection of books featuring the familiar characters fans know and love, as well as a brand new protagonist named Little Rock.
Wow.
In addition, the storyline will be reimagined by the Lego Group with 4 new animated shorts and a full compilation airing on the Disney Channel this fall. The shorts will bring the unique brand of stylized animation and witty Lego humor to the world of Frozen, with the voice talent from the movie reprising their roles. Those people are set for life.
Yeah, they'll be doing those characters forever. But, it could be that at some point they may start using some, people that can voice match.
Right.
To do some of these. And I think that's sometimes what they do in the games and things like that, is they'll use a voice match person. Somebody like Kat Cressida would do something like that. Because she does Jessie in some of the games.
She does Jessie. She does a couple of different characters.
Yeah. Just a lot of stuff.
If I could take it aside, Disney, we got to work on these titles, man.
Yeah.
What did you guys call it? Disney Frozen Northern Lights, Journey to the Lights.
Yeah.
If you are a comic book person or a Star Wars fan, you know that there's a Star Wars Journey to the Force Awakens line of Marvel books. And I'm just like, dude, same guy is sitting there going,
probably.
For the first time in forever. I'm shocked that this story didn't start off with that.
Yeah, well, apparently that person was on vacation this week.
Yeah, he snuck one by him. He probably came back from vacation day. I was like, what? 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 We have a perfectly good starting line.
Yeah. Keep using it. Hey, John, have you ever been in the park and run out of battery for your phone?
Oh, my God. I can't even tell you how many times I've run out of battery for my phone.
All right. Well, Disney's going to help you with that. Starting July 1st, you can now purchase something called a fuel rod. And
is this story really about batteries?
And the things you can do with your fuel rod are charge your phone. So you will go to a select kiosk in Walt Disney World, and I'm going to run down the places that you can get it. And you'll buy your fuel rod, and it will be $30. It'll be yours to keep, and you will get a portable charging battery, a 6-inch USB Type A to micro USB cable for most Androids. You'll get one Apple 30-pin connector to USB and one Apple Lightning to USB. Now, this is not a rental. It is a purchase. Now, you're saying to yourself, Tony, I already have my own little charging device. But here's the kicker, my friends. Once you purchase this and you use it, and it's now dead from charging your battery, you go back to any one of those kiosks, and they will swap out the battery and give you a new one that's fully charged.
Get out.
I kid you not.
So they're going to have to come up with like covers and stuff that you can slip your battery
I am sure they'll come up with all of those things, my friend.
Little pocket thing and
Yes.
you put it on your wrist. Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah. So let me tell you where to get this starting July 1st. At the Magic Kingdom, you can get it in the Tomorrowland Light and Power Company. Duh. Great place to sell it. Big Top Souvenirs, Pecos Bills, kind of weird. Curtain Call Collectibles. Over in Epcot, you can only get it at Disney Traders. The studios, you can only get it at Celebrity 5 and 10. And Disney Animal Kingdom, you can only get it in the Island Mercantile. Over at Disney Springs, you could get it at the Marketplace, Disney Photo Imaging, Disney Quest, ESPN World of Sports. You can get it over at the ESPN Clubhouse Shop. So I think that's kind of an interesting idea. I am sure that lots of people go to guest relations and say, my phone is dead and I got to make a call. I can't do my fast passes. I am sure they get a lot of that. And, they will charge your phone if you give them the cable. But I think this will alleviate that. I mean, for $30, all you have to do is remember to bring this to the park with you every day, and then you're done. That's the only real trick.
Yeah, that's a pretty good solution. And $30 gets you, all day charging capability. Yeah. So you can go back. I wonder if there's a limit, like how many times.
I don't think there is. They didn't mention one.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And I wonder how, like I have a Mophie case for my iPhone, and it's a Mophie 80, so it charges my phone to 80%. Yeah. I wonder how much this charges you. Charges your phone back.
Yeah, it's not very big. It's like what they call one of those lipstick chargers.
Right.
It's round. It's it's a little tube. I don't think you could probably get one charge, and then you'll probably have to go back and get another or something like that. But hey, there because I see this all the time. There's people trying to use outlets all over the place in the park. They're sitting all over the place trying to charge their phones. And I think that's becoming a concern for them. People are sitting in places they shouldn't be. They're using outlets that they shouldn't be. So I think they're trying to find a solution to it.
Right. I agree. Totally. It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
There's an initial investment, but, the downside is if 1,000 people buy them and 500 people take them home and never bring them back, then you're having to consciously purchase them. But I'm sure the price point is so low, you can probably make this back. Just, $30 per battery is pretty cheap.
And I'm assuming that you can recharge it. And I think they did mention that you can, if you can't swap it out, you can recharge it. Like if you bring it back to your room, obviously at night, you can recharge your fuel rod back in your room and then bring it to the park. And then if it runs dead and you don't want to go, find an outlet, which you really shouldn't, just go and get a new battery, get it swapped out. And then really you're getting essentially a new rechargeable battery, every time you go to the park, even if that thing wears out, that's not your problem anymore. You're giving it back to Disney.
Right.
So I think it's a great idea.
Great idea.
Yep. Hey, John, if you would like, you can jazz up that ugly little magic band of yours. That gray, ugly, drab little magic band.
I know.
You jazz it up. And you can get yourself a Magic Your Band. Go to magicyourband.com, where they have hundreds and hundreds of designs and fashions and colors and styles and textures and everything. And then if you don't like anything they've done, upload your own photo. And then you can customize the way it looks. You can even put your name on it, your graduation day, your birthday, your anniversary, whatever it is. Do all that. So if you want to go check them out, go to the Disney Parks Podcast, click on the link to Magic Your Band, use the coupon code Disney Parks Podcast to check out, all one word, to get 10% off your next order. So go check them out at magicyourband.com.
Well, that time has finally come, everybody. Disney Vacation Club has run out of deluxe resorts to expand their ever-growing market of vacation properties. And so they've made the announcement that DVC, Disney Vacation Club, is going to build their first ever moderate resort villa. And they've picked the location of Disney's Caribbean Beach. Or is it Caribbean Beach? It's Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's the
Caribbean? I think it's Caribbean.
I do too.
I would have said Caribbean.
Yeah, it's crazy. So looks like they're going to be turning their attention now to moderate resorts, which in fact is pretty fitting with Disney World's first moderate resort being the Caribbean Beach Club. That's where they're going to start their DVC properties. The proposed new location at the beach resort would be at the southern edge of the resort, wedged between the existing hotel and Disney's Pop Century Resort along Victory Way. It's unclear when construction may begin on the proposed project, and it's still pending its final approval at the time of this posting, but it is expected to be the next DVC resort construction after the new expansion finishes over at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Now, as a DVC owner,
yeah,
or, I guess I could ask myself this as a prospective, person to buy into this. How does this make you feel? I mean, are you excited by this?
It doesn't bother me either way. And here's the other thing too to note about this is they're not going to dumb down the DVC amenities to make it fit within a moderate resort. You're still going to have all your normal DVC amenities that you would normally have. They're not going to, make the room smaller, take out kitchenettes or any of those kind of things. They're not.
Yeah, I would think it would just be the location is going to be.
Correct.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, too, that I was thinking about. Why do they have to try and put this where a resort already exists? Why not just make a big DVC resort somewhere else? Just you have lots of property. Just pick a place and make a big new DVC resort.
Infrastructure. If you're tapping
you
into
can make that too.
Yeah, but if you're tapping into a pre-existing property, you don't have to do some of those crazy things like, the deep infrastructure you have to when you're building a brand new resort somewhere else on property. You have to run sewer lines and roads and zoning permits. It's so much easier to just adapt a pre-existing property.
I'm sure it would take less time, but the question I ask myself is, how many more, the piece of property that they're looking at is not very big. I mean, how many, rooms are they going to put there? I don't think they're going to get a huge bang for their dollar.
I don't know how they're going to build it, but I'm not going to worry about that until we start seeing about they're building it at the the Art of Anime or the Art of Music or the the Value Resorts. Yeah.
Art of Animation.
No, I don't even know what the value. I can't remember what the value.
All-Star Music.
All-Star Music. Hey, we're building our first DVC resort at All-Star Music. That'd be great.
I mean, they could do that there, and
yeah, that would be funny. You get like the high-end DVC hotel property, and then you come over to the Value Resort property. That'd be tragic.
They could put maybe one or two buildings that are maybe only studios.
True.
You know, rather than a grand villa, just put a whole building of studios, and maybe that would work. You know.
Yeah, put a grand villa on the top layer, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, maybe that.
Well, you know, we'll see. It's very exciting. I'm thinking it's great. It's a good time to be buying into DVC, I guess. You know, you got some really cool places you can go to.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
I did read recently that the Poly is now 40% sold. So
only 40%.
Only 40%, my friend.
Wow.
Takes a long time to sucker people into dropping that much cash for a vacation club.
Yes. Well, it's too early for an alligator joke, so I'm going to let that one go. Hey, if you love the Disney Parks podcast as much as we do, and you appreciate the work that Tony and I put into the shows each week and with all the things that we do, and you want to help support the show by making sure that we can pay for hosting and making sure that we can do some really cool things, we've got some really amazing plans for some meetups, and that's going to require us to have a little bit of outlay of some funds. And so if you want to help support us in that way, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com, Disney Parks Podcast, and you can donate as little as $1 to $5 a month, or as much a month as you would like to, and every bit of that goes towards making the show that much better. And we've got some people who have already signed up, and they're some of our great Patreons, and we want to say thank you to David Maruka, Stacy Miller, Willie Walter, and Eva Gibbs. So make sure you can follow the link over on DisneyParksPodcast.com, but you can go straight there at patreon.com/DisneyParksPodcast. And again, we want to say thank you for all your support and helping make the Disney Parks Podcast as awesome as we think that it is.
Yeah. I should mention we were up for a podcast award. We did not win, but want to say thank you to everybody that A, nominated us, and B, voted for us. We're just happy to get nominated half the time, and that just tells us that we're doing something right. So thank you all for doing that, and thank you for taking the time to do it. Hey, unfortunately, I'm going to make this crazy statement. Christmas is right around the corner. It's like 6 months away. So Disney's already gearing up the Christmas parties. I think we already spoke that they're doing some Halloween parties, and now they're announcing the very special 2016 Holiday Wishes Dessert Premium Package. In 2016, guests will have the opportunity to experience the Holiday Wishes Dessert Premium Package during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. On select nights, November 7th through December 22nd, the party will feature a holiday-themed cupcakes and desserts such as dipped strawberries, chocolate mousses, ice cream, or is that mousse, cheeses, and fresh fruits. You can toast the season with sparkling cider, signature lemonade, specialty Christmas drinks, hot chocolate, coffee, and tea. Guests will also get a reserved viewing area for the Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas Time Parade on Main Street and Holiday Wishes Celebrate the Season fireworks. Packages are available on November 7th, 8th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 15th, 18th, 27th, 29th, and December 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 13, 15, 16, 18, and 22. Cost is a mere $79 for adults, and that's above and beyond your regular ticket, my kids. $49 for the kiddies, 3 to 9, taxes not included. Book online or please call 407-939-3463. A ticket to the party is also required. So this is not just pay the $79 and you get to go to the party. This is $79 for the party and $79 for the party. So, yay.
Yeah, buddy. I was talking to some friends of mine in Atlanta, Preston and Don, and they were thinking about coming down, and they were talking about going to one of these parties, and they said, well, it's just kind of cost prohibitive for the party. And I was like, well, yeah, but if you think about it, if you're going to buy tickets, I don't think they're pass holders. If you're going to buy tickets for the Magic Kingdom anyway, you're getting into the park for,
about half the time for a third of the price.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and they were kicking around the idea of doing one of the dessert parties. I was like, no, do not do that. That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nutty how the parties are more expensive than the price of the ticket.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you don't like crowds and you don't like, the sea of humanity that is thrust upon you to try and see fireworks of the parade, then the $79 is maybe something that you want to consider. Um, you know, I know some people, myself included, I don't like to be standing waiting for the parade for 2 hours before it starts, and I don't like to be pushed and shoved around on the Main Street curb. So if you don't want all that, this may be something you may want to consider. I bet on some of these nights, it may be only a handful of people that'll be in those reserved areas, So something to consider if you have the money.
Yeah, and therein lies the thing. If that's in your budget and that's not a problem for you, $79 plus another $60 to go see the show. Hey, knock stuff out and have a great time. It's your money. It's your vacation.
Right.
You should do whatever the heck you feel led by, whatever you want to be led by to do. And for me in my house, it's still a little steep.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Right.
So, who knows? Hey, are you a fan of Pete's Dragon, the animated live action movie?
I did like it.
Yeah. Are you excited about the new movie coming out, the fully live action with CGI?
I think it's going to be interesting. Probably 2 years ago when we started talking about them doing this to every animated film, I probably had some other comments like, why are you making an animated film live?
Right.
But I've been cautiously optimistic about what they've been doing, and so far they haven't destroyed anything too terribly bad. So yeah, I take it with a grain of salt and a little bit of caution.
You mean other than Alice Through the Looking Glass?
Okay, that's a horrible movie.
Told you.
That's a horrible movie. So
well, I was very curious I was very curious to why they chose Pete's Dragon. I didn't know that it was really that iconic of a movie. Maleficent made sense. Cinderella made sense.
Right.
Beauty and the Beast makes sense. Pete's Dragon, that's kind of an odd call. But beginning
is it really about Pete and a dragon?
I don't know. But beginning July 1st, guests at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World and Disney California Adventure at Disneyland can check out a 10-minute preview of the upcoming Disney feature film, Pete's Dragon. The sneak peek at Hollywood Studios will be shown as the finale of the One Man's Dream attraction. And at California Adventure Sunset Showcase Theater, formerly Muppet Vision 3D, guests will see the sneak peek in 3D with special in-theater effects. Pete's Dragon stars Robert Redford, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Oaks Fegley. That opens in theaters August 12th, 2016, which is a very important date for those of you who have blackout dates as a Florida annual pass holder for Disney. That's the dates that we all get to go back into our happy place.
All right. Here's the thing. I just find it weird that they have to put this 10-minute preview in the parks. What person on the planet doesn't have the internet? They can't see this preview all over the internet. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's all over the place. Why do you have to put it in the parks? Those kids have watched it probably 10 times on their phone before they even got to One Man's Dream. Just stop already, Disney. We don't need it in the parks anymore. We can find it on the internet. We know how to do that.
With all the spaces they have, little nooks and crannies that they have, like where they used to have the Captain Jack experience.
Yeah.
With all the little mini theaters that they have around that they're not utilizing.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily understand. Like the sounds
dangerous.
Sounds dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they're using the One Man's Dream theater when they have that movie with a tribute to Walt Disney, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe it's just because I'm a Walt fan. Maybe it's just because
it's the reason they all have jobs.
Correct. It's not called, you know, Disney World. It's called
Bob Iger's dream.
Yeah, it's Walt Disney World, and they call it that for a reason.
Right.
You know. So I really, and that's just me being a nerd about it.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
But you know, I understand. Let's get the word out about the movie. I'm not against them doing the preview thing. I think it's great. Sarah and I happened to be in Disneyland the year that one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies came out.
Oh gosh!
And they had the little preview thing in the little area where they used to have like the barbecue. They weren't doing the barbecue over that season,
and so they had like barbecue.
Yeah, so they had like the big screen set up, and then they had you know, towers and stuff. A bunch of pirates came out, and they were swinging back and forth, and they did a little song, and then they showed the preview. It was stunning. It was great. It made me very excited for the movie. I get the concept of why this is important. Yeah. What I don't get is why they keep pushing Walt out of the finale of One Man's Dream. I don't understand that at all.
I don't get it either. I get it either. I agree with you. There's 1,005 places they could do, and that shouldn't be one of them.
Right.
Hey, last week we had a contest, and the question was, what is the number of the certificate on the elevator at the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror? And, John, did you know the answer to that?
I did know the answer to this.
All right. And the correct answer is 10/2/59. And that is the year, well, it's actually the date, 10/2/1959, that the Twilight Zone actually premiered on CBS. So that is the certificate number on the elevator. This week's content, and we have a winner. It's Kylie Pitts. Kylie, send us your mailing address. Send that to the Disney Parks Podcast at gmail.com, and we will send you a little token in the mail. This week's question comes from the Magic Kingdom. And there are several ferry boats that go from the Ticket and Transportation Center to the Magic Kingdom. Send us the name of each of the boats and the color of that specific boat. So each boat has a name and it has a specific color. Okay.
Right. So you're talking about the big
boat,
like the Captain Mickey Mouse.
The big honking ferry boat, not the little beep beep.
The big one, big working one. The double decker.
The double decker party boat.
Yeah.
That big monster, not the little guys.
And how many of those are there?
I'm not gonna say. That's for you to find out. You can send us.
No hints.
No hints.
You're a cool
I will
man.
tell you this: there's more than one and less than a dozen.
You're about as helpful as a tick on a dog, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Hey, my best friends over at Pixar, John Lasseter, if you're listening, please call me. Have a lot of movies coming out up and through 2020, and we're just gonna kind of recap some of the stuff they got going on. Like John said, Dory's out there, and she is crushing it. It may be probably Disney's biggest film for the year. Probably going to be pretty close. It's going to be an interesting race to see which Disney film comes out on top this year.
But will it beat Titanic?
I don't think it'll beat Titanic.
Okay.
It'll get damn close, but it won't beat Titanic. All right, so up first we have Cars number 3. Now put number 2 out of your head. Just kind of think Cars 1 and don't think that Cars 2 ever happened. Cars 3 is set to be released on June 16th, 2017. John Lasseter has said that this film will harken back to the emotional feel of Cars 1 and then discuss the relationship between Lightning McQueen and Doc Hudson. So there you go.
Go with what you know, guys.
Yeah.
Go with what you know.
Exactly. Don't try and make it something it shouldn't be. Coco is planned for November 22, 2017 release, and it's an original story about a Dia de los Muertos, a Mexican holiday. Did I say that close, John? Close enough?
Yeah, you were pretty close. Dia
Okay.
de los Muertos. It's Day of
Muertos.
the Dead. Day of the Dead.
So viewers will meet Miguel, a 12-year-old boy who conjures up an extraordinary family reunion between the living and the dead on the Mexican holiday, celebrating the beloved deceased Coco. And it'll be directed by Lee Urich. And it'll be produced by Darla K. Anderson. Now, the one I've been waiting for since the last one happened is Toy Story 4. This will tell the story between Woody and Bo Peep. I'm going to hold judgment. I am going to trust the master, Lasseter, who is going to write and direct this, that he will produce something that will not break my heart. But this will be inspired by John Lasseter's own marriage. The film is due out on June 15th, 2018, and it can't come a day too soon. And it will explore Bo Peep's backstory, and it will be written by, and I think this is kind of weird, Rashida Jones and Will McCormick.
Yes, it's going to tell the story of two toys who fell in love, created their own empire, and then built a winery out in Sonoma Valley, California.
Yeah, probably.
And then they started having their wines featured at Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival.
Dear John, please do not disappoint us with Toy Story 4. You know, people are mocking you. 3 is good. Why do 4? Please do not ruin my complete 20 years of my life loving Toy Story.
Now, this is where I get to say, I really don't want this movie to stink, because I was very disappointed with The Good Dinosaur. But there's a little piece of ass in me that wants to see Tony go, oh my God, what have they done? I just want to see that for like 5 seconds. I don't want to crush him, but it's funny as hell to me for about 5 seconds.
Listen, somewhere around June 14th, 2018, you may want to be listening to this podcast, because either I'm going to be crying or I'm going to be doing a happy dance. One of the two. If you want to see me cry, then tune in. If you don't want to see me cry, tune in. So either way, you may want to be here.
Yeah, tune in. Just be here.
Just be here. All right. So it's been 15 years, and I can't believe that. 15 years.
That's crazy.
We've seen The Incredible Family in action, and this is planned for June 21st, 2019. Not much is known about the sequel yet, but Brad Bird will be back writing and directing. And we know that Samuel Jackson will reprise his role as Frozone. And I will make this one little note. This is the only Pixar movie that was PG-13. And it was because of the animated violence that made that rating.
Oh, yeah. They had flying razor bikes chasing after kids.
Yes.
They had some bad stuff.
Yeah.
And not to mention the Mr. Incredible married Elastigirl.
Yeah.
And got busy. That line, best line of the movie. That's probably the best line in any Pixar movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I love Brad Bird. I love the work that he's done outside of Pixar. His Mission Impossible, perfect. He knows how to do a good spy-type movie. The first Incredibles was my favorite. So I'm very much looking forward to this bad boy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I do like The Incredibles, too. They're probably number 2 right after my Toy Story friends. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I did like that spy stuff and all that kind of stuff. I did enjoy it. All right. Then the last 2 animated films are not yet titled. We don't know really anything about them, but they're due out in March 13, 2020, and then June 19, 2020. And that's all we really know. You know, these movie studios now put these dates, these markers in the sand, so that other studios don't kind of stomp on release dates. You know, they try to, I'm going to release something that day, so that another studio making a film won't try and maybe compete with something. You don't. Universal doesn't want to put out something good on the same day. Pixar puts out Dory. They try and stay away from each other. That's why I think the Pets thing is coming out a little bit later now. And Dory came out a couple of weeks ago. So they don't crush each other. And listen, and the other reason too is you're not going to go to the movies probably 2 weekends back to back or on the same weekend to see 2 movies. They're not, a family of 4 can't go see Dory and Pets the same weekend. They'd be broke.
Not legally.
Yeah. Not without taking a mortgage out on their house.
That is true.
So that's good.
That's cool. Very excited.
Yep.
Hey, if you are a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean and you love to play the Pirates Adventure Treasures of the Seven Seas game in Adventureland, you are in for an incredible treat because Fast Pass Pluses for Pirates of the Caribbean are now being awarded during the interactive Pirate Adventure game. So if you love to play that game in Adventureland, you're going to receive a Fast Pass Plus for Pirates of the Caribbean once you complete 3 missions in the Pirates Adventure Treasure of the Seven Seas. So you can sign up for the interactive game in the Crow's Nest near the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. And when you complete each of the 5 missions, you will also be awarded treasure finder cards. So that's kind of nice. It's nice to get a little something for your time.
Yeah. If you haven't, try this game. It doesn't take a long time. It's not, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom type game. It's not very complicated, not very hard. You're given these different maps. They have a bunch of different maps. I think three or 5 of them. And each map is really nice. So, maybe ask for 2 of them because I think some of them make some great little souvenirs for the kids to take home. They could do their own little Pirates Adventure home. Another thing about this is our good friend Mark Silverman does some of the voices for the things that you'll hear during this. And I was at Tower of Terror this weekend. I did a little video on my phone of the Mark doing Rod Serling, and then sent it to him on Facebook. And he thanked me. I thanked him, and then he thanked me. So it was
no, thank you, Mr. Akamoto.
Yeah. Hey, we should have Mark back on. Maybe he's doing something interesting, and maybe he can tell us about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. I think we had spoken about this probably a couple months ago that Disneyland started doing this.
Right. Yeah, Disneyland started it. Now
we're getting it.
Yeah.
So apparently the test was successful. So beginning on June 26th, guests visiting Walt Disney World will now be able to purchase a refillable souvenir popcorn bucket. The initial cost of the bucket is $10, and then refills thereafter will be $1.50. Sources say the discounted refills are for the remainder of the day, but it's unclear yet on how they will monitor this. How do they know you bought the bucket today? Do they stamp it? Do they mark it? Is it a different bucket each day? We don't know. So we'll have to figure that out and let you know. The refillable buckets are available at the 4 theme parks, the 2 water parks, Disney Springs, and ESPN Sports. So that is property-wide, my friends. And those are the words you were looking for.
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe they'll put like the little RFID thing and
like the
cups. Yeah. I had to explain that this weekend. We did a 5K around the boardwalk, and I was there with some people that it's really weird. They work on Disney property, but they don't work for Disney.
Oh, okay.
And we went through into the bakery, and this one person bought a soda pop. And she's like pressing the button, and it wasn't coming out. I said, "You set your cup down." And she's like, "What?" I said, "Set your cup down." She's like, No, it's just stuck." I'm like, "No, set your cup down." She set her cup down. She pressed the button. She's like, "Well, that's weird." And I said, "No, there's an RFID chip in there that allows the soda to flow." And she's like, "What is this?" So I had to explain the whole history of why there's the RFID chip on the bottom of the soda pop cup. So that was kind of fun. And her reaction was my reaction. She was like, "Is this really an issue? Soda costs like a penny." I'm like, "I know, right?" So this is a fascinating story, especially when they say that refills are $1.50. So they're still making money on the refills. So let's say the popcorn costs 50 cents. Just think about how much money they're making. What a killing. They're probably less than 50 cents.
Yeah.
Killing they're making on popcorn.
And let me tell you, that bucket does not cost $9.
No, it does not.
That bucket costs probably about a nickel. Landed cost to the United States, my friends.
That's right. That's right. Made in China, which is funny. Now, I wonder if all the stuff at Disney Shanghai is actually made in China. Or if
That's made here. We just send it there.
Made in the USA.
Yeah, made in the USA. Yeah. We just swap stuff. They'll make our stuff and send it here. We'll make their stuff and send it to them.
That'd be funny as hell.
We started little sweatshops over in Wisconsin.
They don't pay people in money; they pay them in cheese.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh God!
Cheese sticks. A cheese stick for you today. Cheese stick for you.
They work double time on Sunday, but they do pipe in the Green Bay game, so everybody can watch the game and work. Right.
Yeah.
So hey, there's a new Haunted Mansion themed picture book and CD coming this summer to Disney Parks.
All right.
Disney Parks Presents is a series of picture books with CDs and original artwork based on beloved Disney park attractions and rides. This book is a fantastic way for readers to relive classic Disney attractions from the comfort of their own homes or to experience them for the first time in forever.
Hey, I want to make an observation.
Sure.
Why is it when Disney wants to start something new or different or try something, they always start with the Haunted Mansion as the attraction? Oh, we have a new T-shirt. Let's start with the Haunted Mansion. We have a new, premium, souvenir thing. Let's do it with the Haunted Mansion. It's always the Haunted Mansion.
Because they're not stupid. They're not going to start it with Stitch's Great Escape.
The teacups.
The teacups. Hey, we've got this really, it's a shaky idea. We want to try it out. Which ride do you want to try? Teacups.
Pooh.
The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. How about the Wild Mr. Toad's Wild Ride? We closed that years ago. Okay, Haunted Mansion. Let's go with that. Plus, at some point, they're going to do another movie. Guillermo del Toro is still.
Yeah, I know.
Toro is still signed up.
I'm waiting.
So the Haunted Mansion is again the first Disney Parks attraction featured in the Disney Parks Present series. On the inside covers, readers will find a CD containing a uniquely created 5-minute and 32-second musical tour through the attraction. The tracks include the classic Grim Grinning Ghost sung by Buddy Baker and Xavier Atencio, or Atencio, as he's known to his friends, that inspired the book. Illustrations for the 32-page book were created by James Gilliard, an artist from London, England. We need to get him on the show. Future Disney Parks Presents books will feature attractions such as Pirates of the Caribbean and now the world-famous Jungle Cruise, each with its own unique art style. Look for Disney Parks Presents The Haunted Mansion in select merchandise locations this summer at Disney Parks or at other favorite retailers nationwide.
Well, at least they're not keeping it just to the parks, right?
I don't know. Why, if you could make money all over the world, I wonder how much the book is, and I wonder if it's going to be cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah, probably. Yes.
I wonder if it's there now.
Maybe. They think they said the end of the summer, so July, August, I think was the time frame. Go take a look. I bet you could pre-order it. Yep. All right, so coming up, it's right around the corner. Actually, next week is the 4th of July. Actually, this weekend, really, because Monday is the 4th of July. There's a lot of things happening in and around the Walt Disney World. Let's start over at the Magic Kingdom. The celebration begins with Disney's Celebrate America, a 4th of July concert in the sky starting July 3rd and July 4th at the Magic Kingdom. The 14-minute fireworks spectacular rockets into the sky over Cinderella Castle starting at 9 p.m. both nights. The fireworks are set to exciting musical score produced in a concert band style. The score was specifically created to stir a sense of pride in being America, show producers say, while at the same time inviting guests from around the world to feel part of the celebration. Next up is the infamous Disney's Hollywood Studios, where guests can enjoy the all-new, and may I add, super spectacular Star Wars: A Galactic Spectacular fireworks nightly. The show begins at a special time of 9:30 for the holiday weekend on July 3rd and July 4th. The next generation of Star Wars themed fireworks, a Star Wars: A Galactic Spectacular, dazzles with new themed fireworks, lasers, special effects, video, projections, and iconic characters from scenes from the complete saga, all set to unforgettable score of the music.
Because nothing says "God bless America" like Star Wars,
like a Death Star,
like a Death Star. Like,
hey,
happy 4th of July, celebrating Independence Day.
Luke, I am your father.
I am the father of your country. George Washington.
Here's a couple things that I found out about these fireworks, the Star Wars Galactic fireworks specifically. Number one, this show is really not even complete, even though they've added some of these great elements to this new thing that we've all been seeing and drooling over. We're still missing all the fire and lasers and these giant lightsabers that are going to shoot into the sky at the end of the show. We're still missing those elements. From what I hear, they've been working on this every night. They do the show, and then all the technicians stay, and they try to figure out how to, I'm going to use my words, fire up the fire so that they can make the show complete. So,
they've been working with Joe Rohde. Joe Rohde works every day on that.
Yeah, Yeti.
On the Yeti ride.
Yeah. They're right there with Joe. So if you've seen it and you were wowed, you may have to go back and get re-wowed because it's not done. The other thing I know is they're not even shooting some of these fireworks off in the park. They've moved them outside the park near World Drive. They have these little portable firing stations to give this kind of panoramic, because there's a lot of construction and things going on. So parts, I think I've been told that sometimes at night, like one lane of World Drive is shut down so that, your car doesn't explode on World Drive. So you may want to pay attention to that. Next up is Epcot. Guests visiting Epcot on July 4th only will have the opportunity to meet some of their favorite Disney characters dressed in patriotic attire throughout the afternoon at the American Adventure Pavilion. The Voices of Liberty, the 8-part a cappella group, will have a special performance at American's Garden Theaters at 12:30, 1:45, and 3 p.m. They will also perform inside the American Adventure Rotunda, where it's air-conditioned, at 4:15 and 5. Guests will also have the opportunity to catch the Spirit of America Fife and Drum Corps. They will bring back, thank you. They will be performing at 1, 2:15, 3:30, 4, and 4:45. And if that's not enough, the evening will end with the spectacular fireworks and laser show, which we call Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. Thank you. Which will light up the night sky at 10 p.m. with the heart-pounding grand finale and a salute to all things American.
America.
Yeah, whatever. This grand finale is something to really see from inside the park, because outside the park, all you hear is bah, 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 bah. It sounds like a machine gun of fireworks. It's pretty spectacular. But here's my tip. If you are going to be here this weekend, try and catch. This would be my if it was going to be me, and this is what I may do, is try and catch the studios on one of the nights, the 3rd and the 4th, and then try and do the Magic Kingdom on the 3rd or 4th. I seem to like the Magic Kingdom's version a little bit better. I like the music a little bit better. Listen, you didn't hear this from me, but I'm going to tell you some places to see the fireworks. All right. One is the Grand Floridian. over by Narcosis because they pipe in the music to Narcosis. So maybe go have a drink at the bar and then hang out and watch the fireworks. The other place I'll tell you to go is the Polynesian. They also pipe in the music. They usually put the water pageant floats, and they'll do like the flags on the floats, and that is usually the speakers for the firework. If you can do that. And then the studios is obviously the second place I'd go see it, either on the 3rd or the 4th. So,
yeah, and let me give my 2 cents about if you're going to go to Walt Disney World on the 4th of July. I think one of the wisest things you could do is definitely go over to Epcot. First of all, they're bringing back the Spirit of America Fife and Drum Corps.
Yeah, yes.
Cannot believe those guys are taking out of the park.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Shame.
Weird decision. Shameful. Shameful is the word that I would use. Secondly, definitely try to pick up one of the 2 performances of the Voices of Liberty inside the Rotunda. They don't do it every year. I have no insider information on whether they're doing it this year or not. But if you were lucky, you may be able to catch a performance of Battle Hymn of the Republic, almost our Battlestar of the Galactica, Battle Hymn of the Republic, and they use more members of Voices in the upstairs Rotunda. They do an echo choir. If you've ever seen the Voices and you get those chills when they sing, if they are doing Battle Hymn of the Republic and they're using the echo choir, it will absolutely stop your heart. It's so incredibly thrilling just to hear those people sing. And definitely want to catch that because those guys really are some of the most talented people on property, hands down.
Yeah, they are very good. Very good.
All right, so speaking of the Star Wars Galactic Spectacular,
yes, sir.
Disney has officially reported that the dessert party for Star Wars Galactic Spectacular Nighttime Show will officially be relocating to Star Wars Launch Bay starting in July 10th.
I love this idea. I really love this idea.
It's a brilliant idea. The nightly party will be moving from center stage area to the fan favorite Star Wars Info Hub. Guests will then be escorted to the outdoor VIP section for Star Wars Galactic Spectacular 15 minutes prior to the show. Then you want to check in right outside the launch bay, and they'll get you all squared away, air conditioned. This is most likely a result of the dessert party taking up a fairly important amount of real estate in the center stage area and the show being wildly popular. Shocker. Free up a decent amount of space, and you're going to allow guests to view the Disney's newest spectacular for the best seats in the house. Now, the dessert party costs $69 per adult, ages 10 and over, and $39 for children, ages 3 to 9. Tax and gratuity are included. Theme park admission, of course, is required. And you definitely want to make sure that you sign up for this because I think it's going to be really cool that you're going to be inside the launch bay. Now, the question is where they're going to put you. You know, I want to know where they're going to put all these people. I'm wondering if they're going to put them in the.
They're going to have a little roped off VIP area right in front.
Oh, sweet.
From what I know.
It's not going to be air conditioned. It's still going to be outside.
Yeah. The fireworks are obviously the desserts. I think you'll eat. I'm not sure if the desserts are inside. If they're using the area, you know, when you go under the animation arch,
right?
There's Disney Junior on one side and Little Mermaid down. I think they're going to have them in that courtyard, and then they'll have a roped off area in front of the Great Movie Ride, in front of the stage. Where you'll then see the fireworks from. I love the fireworks. If you haven't seen them, I'm telling you, go. You're gonna have to go multiple times because, like I said, there are elements that they're still trying to fix and bring online.
Yeah. So. Vince is in the chat room, and if you ever catch us Monday when we record live, definitely come to Disney Parks Podcast. You could watch us record live, warts and all, and B, you can be part of the chat room, and you could do things like this: ask a question, and we can answer it live on the air. Vince is asking the question of what desserts they usually serve. I've not been to the Star Wars dessert party specifically, but I know that most of the dessert parties, they have tons of like cupcakes and cookies and
Pastries.
sweet treats, pastries. Because it's outside, they may even have some like Mickey heads on sticks.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I did one of the breakfasts, the Star Wars breakfasts, not breakfast, Star Wars dinner, and they had all of the Star Wars themed desserts. So everything is probably going to be very Star Wars themed, like Yoda shaped cookies or
sure.
Darth Vader muffins, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a lot of really cool stuff. Probably going to have blue milk, and then they'll have different dessert drinks and coffees and stuff like that. So that's kind of the assortment that you usually get, right? Is there anything else that I missed? Did I miss anything on that?
I don't think they have liquor. I think they might have one or two specialty cocktails for the dessert party too.
Right. But usually those are non-alcoholic. I don't remember there being alcohol in this, or the price would be more expensive.
Yeah, maybe.
What do I know? Good thing.
Okay, kids. I think that puts a fork in our show. We are going to wrap it up. And as you want to visit us, come visit us on Twitter at Disney Podcaster. You can visit us on the Facebooker at facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And last but not least, come and visit our awesome website at Disney Parks Podcast, where you can find everything that we do and see, and videos and blogs and notes and all the stuff that we talk about is all on the website. You can link up to our magic bands and our theme park friends and everything like that. And if you want to send us something in the mail, if you'd like to send us the answer to the trivia question, or just send us a note in the mail, and we can talk about your question on the show, send that to DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com, and we will take all your questions and answer them on the show. So as we'd like to say around here, kids, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the parks. Okay.
All right, sweet. All right, so here's what we're going to do, guys. If you're in the show, the chat, we're going to record a quick little infotainment thing, probably about a half hour, if that. Sending a note here, and okay. So we're going to talk about our infotainment section. We're basically going to record our second show for the week, a bonus show. So I'll do the intro just like normal, and then we'll go into the infotainment stuff. We're going to talk about some really cool things. But I did have some information, Tony.
Okay.
Amazon has, where's it at? Amazon has the book available.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. You got to.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay, yep. So Amazon has.
What's the cost?
Amazon has it for $11.86 for Prime members.
Wow, that's cheap.
$17.99 for manufacturer suggested retail price.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, so I found that. So it's going to be available on July 5th. So Tuesday, you'll be able to order that. So that'd be cool.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, sweet. You ready to get into it?
I am.
All right. All right. Let's get going here. I feel like we just did this.
Getting deja vu.
Yeah, deja vu. I got vuja day. The feeling that none of this has ever happened to me before.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John, and I come to you from www.parkhoppers.com. Joining me, as always, is the lovable, huggable, you just can never get enough of him, Mr. Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. How you doing today, pal?
I'm feeling hungry.
Oh, this is our infotainment show. This is our bonus show for the week. We're going to be talking about some amazing things that are going on at Walt Disney World. Make sure that you check out the show notes, because I'm sure we're going to have plenty of links. We're going to be talking about the new Soarin' attraction that opened up at Walt Disney World. We're going to talk about the new DVC lounge that opened up at Walt Disney World. And Tony's going to give us his report back from the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival preview that he just got back from attending this weekend. It's going to be a great show, and you are not going to want to go anywhere.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Soren first, because I think that is interesting. If you were a fan of Soren, you will be a bigger fan of Soren. This attraction, you know, I was in the new theater, and I still say this is my recommendation. A, you want to sit in the middle, and B, you want to sit in the front. This way you have nothing hanging in front of you. That's just me. I think they did a great job on this film. There are some parts that are a little CGI-ish, I think, and it does kind of move a little bit faster than the previous version. You know, once they get to a thing, you're only there for a second, boom. You know, it kind of fades to the next thing, or you know, something happens to move you on to the next attraction. But I think it was great. They did the things like the Great Wall of China, Sydney Harbor, the Eiffel Tower, Disneyland, Disney World. You know, there's even smells in it again. We were on the Serengeti. You're just all over the world, literally all over the world.
Now, were you able to do the attack on Jakku?
No.
Hoth?
No.
None of that stuff?
That would be soaring around the universe with Star Wars. That would be pretty killer.
That'd be pretty badass.
Killer overlay for one of the theaters. Killer. Still Soarin' is, even with this third theater, it's still a little tough to get fast passes. I'm still going to, tell you to go out and get them pretty early. The day of will never happen. Toy Story Mania seems to be a different story, and I don't know why. But the story over here is they're still a little tough to get. And the lines are, they're not crazy. They're not like what they used to be, but they're still topping off around an hour and a half.
So how is the queue different now? Because they've got the third theater. Is it really make a difference, or is it like you just happen to be walking down a much longer hallway?
Normally, when you got to the end, you went to the left, to the right. Now there's a straight, and that's the new theater.
Really? So now you get to go. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So Studio A is to the right. No, to the left. Studio B was to the right, and then Studio C is in front of you. And then that's a very long hallway to the theater for some reason.
Right. I don't know why. You got to go into the new theater and see the new.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the question that I have,
mm-hmm.
Patrick Warburton, is he still doing the?
He's back. He's still there. It's still the same spiel. You still have to remove these little beauties.
These little beauties.
Yeah. It's still sarcastic Patrick. He's still there. He hasn't gone anywhere. I was very happy to see Patrick. I love him. I think he's the perfect person for that attraction. So he's still there.
That's good.
Yeah. So while we were in Epcot, killing time, we decided to pop into the DVC lounge. And this is, you go in the Imagination Pavilion merchandise store. So, everybody's leaving. They go through the merchandise shop. Well, you're going to go in that door, and you'll see a little podium there. And that's where you'll check in. And then there's a little spiral staircase that takes you upstairs. And let me tell you, it was raining when we were there, and it was packed. So there's a lot of seats. I will say that there are a lot of seats, but there were still some people sitting on the floor, because there just weren't enough seats, which I thought was weird. I guess it's got a capacity of X, and they don't care if everybody has a seat. So that's the thing. There are 3 Coke Freestyle machines plus a Keurig to get coffee. There are only 2 computers to do your boarding passes, which were print out stuff, and you'd have to pry them out of the kids' dead cold hands because kids were on those things playing games and not doing anything important. There were then 2 Disney Infinity set up, and then a little kids area that was playing movies and then somebody working a help desk. You can ask them questions and all that kind of stuff. My only negative thing about this, or my only kind of wonky concern, was there's no bathroom up there. You have to actually go back downstairs, outside, and all the way to the far left of the Imagination Pavilion. Those little bathrooms off in the corner there. Those are the only facilities. So, but it's nice up there. If you're looking to get, charge your phone, or there's plenty of places to do that. Everything's got plugs and USB ports and things like that. So you can certainly recharge those things while you're recharging yourself. So the other thing is they do give out free snacks about the top of the hour. They have some chips and gummy bears and things like that. So you can get some free snacks while you're up there. That's it. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool. And so you rode the elevator up, I'm assuming?
We took the elevator up. Yeah. Somebody said that it used to be a glass elevator. I can't remember it being a glass elevator, but now it's not. It looks like they put something, like a wrap on it, like, an Epcot wrap.
Nice.
That's fine.
That's cool.
Fine.
That's very cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
So
I think there should be one in every. Listen, there should be one in every park, and there should be an annual pass holder, or they should at least maybe share the same lounge. Have a pass holder lounge and have a D23 charter member lounge. You can make a lounge and put everybody in it.
That's self-serving, but yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't see why not. There's plenty of spaces.
D23, then there have to be a D23 charter member. Then there has to be a Club 33 for all the Club 33 members to come to Walt Disney World.
Hey, I'm a card-holding member of all the clubs.
Whatever. You're not a card-hold member of D20 or to Club 33, brother. I know that's not true.
That's not true yet.
He's lying. He'd lie. Why are you always?
I'm trying, not lying.
Right. So that's all fascinating. But what I really want to dig into, buddy, is I did not go, but Kristen Hetzelgo from Dining at Disney did attend with you to go to the International Food and Flower. I'm kidding. International Food and Wine Festival tasting. So before you get to
and Raphael from
Raphael.
That's
not shocking.
Mouse, yep.
Did his mom go?
No mom this time.
No mom this time. So I want to hear what you have to say about the entire event, but was it better or worse than years past?
I'm gonna say it has room for improvements.
Awesome.
It's still the buffet style, which I guess I don't mind. Here's my problem with the way they do the buffet style. Why can't they just have one long table with the buffet? Why do they have to put all the stations all over the place, and then I have to hunt for the food? Okay, that's I don't mind the buffet. I don't mind going up and getting it, but just put one long big table along the back so I can go get all the different dishes and all the different drinks all in one place. The other thing that I think they need to improve on is they're putting out these small little cocktail tables just for 4. And here was the problem with that. So there was 3 of us. There was me, Raphael, and his girlfriend. We had an empty chair. There were other people that there was only 2. There was another, people with 3. There were so many single seats that there were people standing, eating, in the middle of the room because they felt like they couldn't come and sit with us. Now, had they had bigger tables of say 10, I think more people would have conjugated to those bigger things rather than feeling like they were intruding on us 3 sitting at our table. You know what I'm saying? So I think they should just, if you're going to do it, just put out the big rounds, put the 10 chairs at it, and then people will go sit with other people, But when it's a table of 3, you feel like you're really invading that person's space. You know what I'm saying? So I think they need to fix that. Other than that, it's just the same. It's the same. Now, they did one thing that was really helpful to all the bloggers and foodies and that go to these events, because I think half the people that go have a blog. Well, they're not half. I'm gonna take that back. Probably 80% of the people that were at this event have a blog. So they had a table set up, and anybody could have done this too. They had like kind of a rotating area of the chefs that you could have gone up. Anybody could have gone up and interviewed them, asked them questions. You could have brought your phone or your
Oh, that's awesome.
recorder or whatever, and they would have answered questions about all the stuff. I can't remember the new guy who's running the food festival. It's not Chef Jen anymore. It's somebody else. But you could have gone up and asked, any of them questions. The other thing is they had was a table with all the new items and the new liquor. So it was well lit. All you had to do was take your picture. Had a little card of what it was and the food. Little card and the food. They had it on, high, low. So it was perfect. It was perfect for all the blogging. It was all lit. No problem. Bam, bam, bam. You could take all the pictures, and then you were done. And then you could go eat. It was, you didn't have to go around and take all the pictures at the stations. It was all already plated, queued up, lit, ready to go. It was photo ready. So that was great, for us bloggers. And Marianne Hunnell came out, and, she came out actually twice. And, I'd really love to know what she gets paid, because it's not enough money to do this event. It really isn't. I don't think it is. They should probably double this lady's salary, because I think she works tirelessly on this thing. And I'm sure she's got a team of people, but I still think it takes a lot of people to pull off this event every year. It's going to be 62 days. I'm going to tell you 2 dates that you need to know. These are important dates. You ready?
I am ready. Give me the 2 dates.
2 dates. You ready?
Yep.
July 17th is going to be the day that the website goes live. And it's Epcot Food and Wine Festival.com. Okay. July 17th, the site will go live. It will then have all the information of all the events and all the things and all that kind of stuff. Date number 2, July 21st. I believe it's going to be at 7 a.m. They're going to have to confirm that. All the bookings will go on sale. So you want to book the Party for the Census, or Robert Irvine, or whatever. All those things will go on sale July 21st. Now, Marianne mentioned that they haven't announced yet, and they're not sure when, but there will be a day, possibly 2, before the 21st, that pass holders and Tables in Wonderland people will able to book before the 21st. So somewhere between the 17th and the 21st, there'll be a day that we'll be able to book our events before they actually go live on the 21st. So those are the 2 days that you need to get your need to know. Remember, 17th, 21st. If you're a pass holder, Tables of Wonderland, stay tuned to your mail, because they're going to send out some more information to you via email. She said there were 8 new acts coming to Eat to the Beat this year, but they are not in this book. There are no Eat to the Beat people in here.
Yeah, they don't have those things scheduled out yet. I'm sure they've got preliminary contracts out, but
But here is the thing you do need to know about Eat to the Beat. They are doing it candlelight processional style this year. They're going to have Eat to the Beat dinner packages at almost every dining location in World Showcase. Now, you can have either lunch or dinner, and you'll get then reserved seating for any of those packages. For the lunch and dinner packages, there'll be a choice of appetizer, entree, and dessert, and a non-alcoholic beverage. And the prices, vary widely. Let's see, what's the most expensive thing? The most expensive place is Chef de France. For lunch is $65. And then for dinner, it's probably the same. Oh, nope. Yeah, for dinner, it's the most expensive place. So if you want to have lunch or dinner and then have reserved dining for Eat to the Beat, you can do that this year. What else is new? The Rocking Burger Block Party is now going to be like a throwdown. So they'll have like 2 or 3 chefs that will make their burgers, and then the crowd will vote on those burgers, and then the crowd will actually pick a winner. So that should be interesting. There's a lot of new. If you ever heard me talk about the What's Cooking With, and they have some famous person coming, we usually like to go see Robert Irvine. They have a bunch of interesting people coming this year. They have like Elizabeth Faulkner, Brian Voltaggio is coming back, Graham Elliott, Buddy Velastro is coming back, Kat Core is coming back, Emily Enlin, who is a friend of Ashley's, Andrew Zimmer, Rock Harper, Duff Goldman is coming, I think, for the first time.
Yay.
Jeffrey Zakarian is coming for the first time. Alex Gornishelli, David Gauss, Sarah Fiona, and Jengar Mehta. So it is chock filled. These are on Fridays and Sundays this year. So it's not just on Saturdays anymore. It's on Fridays and Sundays. What else are they going to have? They have a lot. I'm telling you, this book is what? 20 pages filled with tons of information.
I like what they've done this year with and again, premium dining, but the premium dining experiences that they're offering, they're actually taking them outside of Epcot and taking them to different places, different resorts.
Yes.
Looks like they have an interesting event going at the Grand Flow. They have another event at the Convention Center, the Chef's Table, the Contemporary. Right. They have a behind the scenes at Trader Sam's Grotto.
Yes.
That would be a very interesting thing to take on. And then they have the Yachtsman Steakhouses has got a featured event too. I think all of those events would be really cool. They're not super duper expensive. Right. The one that and we're gonna have, I don't know how we're gonna figure this out, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna put these pictures up online. The Festival Tasting Sampler. Where it's $59 per person, and it gives you a custom credential with 8 entitlement tabs for food or beverage items of your choice from the 30 food and wine festival global marketplaces.
Right.
So that'd be kind of cool. Plus, you get a special pin, and you can buy those at locations all around Epcot. That's kind of neat. You prepay for food. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. She also said that they were doing a festival tour. It's a whole day experience. They show you how the festival's pulled off, and they take you backstage, and they show you where everything's done, and then you can go on stage and try some food. I just had, she didn't even say what that was, and when Disney doesn't say what the price is, it's got to be scary.
If you have to ask, you cannot afford it.
Yeah, I was guessing it's going to be like $1,200 a person. If it's an entire day experience and all the fixings and trimmings are included, I think it's going to be very expensive. I don't think they're going to do that on the cheap. Book signings and meetups are still happening. There's still going to be bottle signings. The Back to Basics, the cheese seminars, they're all coming back. What was the other? Hold on, I had another. The
boot camp series. It's got to be the boot camp series. They've got 2 boot camp series that I'm very excited about. One of them is Exploring Wines the Mondavi Way, talking about Robert Mondavi wines, but the one that really speaks to my soul is Demystifying Bourbon the Jim Beam Way.
Right.
Oh my God in heaven! It's $129 per person, but you get to talk about bourbon. You know. Come
No,
on.
it was called the Mix It, Shake It, Make It, and that's not listed in here, and that's a new item that they're having this year. So it'll be either you'll be making a cocktail of sorts, or you'll actually be making something. So depending on which chef was doing what, or if it's a mixology person, you either be making a drink or you'll be making something.
Yeah, and one of the things that I saw from your Facebook live that you did,
Yeah.
pardon the cough, was this 25th anniversary of Conundrum.
Yes.
I cannot wait for that. I'm very excited for that. Love Conundrum. You know, our buddy Rick is going to lose his mind when he sees that.
Oh, is he a Conundrum fan too?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Always
Yeah.
has Conundrum in the house. He says.
You can't go wrong with a little Conundrum.
No, you can't.
Yeah. The other thing too, and I don't know if they had this last year. I think last year they only had 2 levels. For a lot of these parties, like the block party and the party of the senses, they have 3 levels of pain. You know, so you can you can kind of pick something in your comfort zone, and you don't have to do any of those. But here's my thing. I don't want to be standing. If I'm paying $159 to get into a party for the senses, I do not want to be standing over a trash can eating my dinner. I would like to have a table, so I'll pay a little bit extra, at least just to get a table. I don't need all the, table service and waiters and whatever. I want a place to sit and eat my dinner, if I'm paying that kind of money. The other thing, too, this year is they're having a party for the senses featuring Disney chefs. This will be on October 15th. So they're going to bring in a boatload of all their Disney chefs and have a party for the senses. And the other one is they're going to have a party for the senses called the Yellowween Masquerade on Friday the 28th and on Saturday the 29th. And that's where you'll be able to celebrate Halloween. And it'll be, full-on masquerade and that kind of thing, champagne, and you could dress up, in your favorite character, whatnot.
Yeah, no. That's a little different. Yellowween is where you dress up, but you dress up and you were in black or yellow.
Oh, okay.
And we saw a lot of people there last year. We were there Halloween. Well, we were there on the night they did Yellowween last year, and that's a really cool thing. They started that last year, the first year they've done it. That I remember. They might have done it years ago. But that's a really cool event. The weirdest part is when you're all dressed up, you have to go to Epcot and walk in the gates and then walk through the parks to World Showplace. And it's October, so is it cool? No.
Yeah.
Are you dressed up? Yes. Are you sweating bullets? Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
They did not make mention of things being in Future World, but I think things will be in Future World. Last year they had the Chew Lab. The Chew is coming back this year. I've heard, the rumor I heard was that the Chew show is going to be taped on the back of the fountain. So it'll be the fountain, Spaceship Earth, and they'll be on that stage area there, and they'll be shooting from there.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So they'll have the backdrop of Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, that'll make more sense. To be a better shot. Where they had it last year was really
weird,
awkward. It's really awkward.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, if they do it there, for 2 reasons. One is they're going to have to build something, a canopy for the show people. Now, if they put the audience in front of that, will they build a little canopy or something for the people? Otherwise, you are going to get baked.
And not in a good way.
Yes. Not in a good way at all. That gets sun almost all of the day, that area. So good luck if you're a studio participant. Now, I'm going to try and get us tickets as a group. I'm gonna try and do like a podcast thing, and see if we get us, 10, 15 tickets or something like that.
That'd be cool.
And see if we can all do it. The shows are being shot, I think, October 5th to the 7th, and then will air on ABC October 10th to the 14th. So that's a quick edit turnaround time.
Oh yeah, that they can do that. That's easy because most of the show is shot live. All they have to do is edit certain things and then drop the the pre-recorded video packages in.
Yeah, and the promos and all that other stuff. So it'd be good. Like I said, there's some of these people, some of these chefs that are coming down here that I really would love to see this year. I have to figure out how much money I want to. It's like going to Vegas. It's like, how much money do I want to lose at Food and Wine this year?
Hey, did they have any indication of how far the booths are going? Are they going back into Future World again? Or are they?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They didn't say. I've heard that they are still going to be some booths in Future World. I think the Chew stuff is still going to be there, and that's when I heard that was going to happen, and then I heard the rumor that they were going to shoot with the backdrop of Spaceship Earth. I said, well, those two things then that make sense,
right? Yeah, because last year I think they started it a couple of years ago, but they put the craft beers in the old Odyssey building, which is a brilliant move.
Was brilliant.
The Chew Lab and Sustainable Chew were right outside where like the
Club Cool.
Yeah, Club Cool, right outside Club Cool, right where for the Flower Garden Festival where the butterflies thing. And then they had that whole area with the wine studio and then the wine and cheese thing right along where that little park thing is that butts up right against the water feature where Figment, Journey to Imagination, and all that stuff is on this side of the water. And I thought that was a brilliant area. It was cool. They had some seating. They had some standing areas. It was covered. So that would be cool. That would be cool to bring that back. So they've got 30 marketplaces. So I think that they should definitely go back into Future World. It felt like there was less, there's always going to be that grouping of craziness that is World Showcase with all the outdoor kitchens or whatever they're calling them.
Right.
But expanding it into Future World felt like there's a little bit more breathing space last year.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I really think they should move more stuff that way too, because it does get chaotic around World Showcase. And I think anybody that tries to come into Epcot on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday doing Food and Wine wearing a shirt that says I'm drinking around the world and has all the countries should be asked that they can't wear that shirt and they can't come into the park. I'm just saying, I think it's time to enforce some alcohol limits at Epcot because there are way too many incidents that I've seen of obnoxious drunk people in the park. So that's just me. Maybe nobody's had that experience but me. But if you're there long enough, you will get to see it happen. Hey, I think this thing that they're calling What's Cooking With that we usually go to. I think it's cheaper this year. I think it's only $129. I think last year was like $140 something. The other stupid thing is that it's now starting at 9:15 in the morning. 15 minutes after park open. That's crazy.
Well, my question is going to be, if I were you and I were booking it, I would find out if they're actually cooking or they're just doing a salad.
Well, this is what it says. It says, dig into one of your guest of honor's favorite dishes as they offer their keen culinary insights into what makes that selection so special. And then you toast your gourmet feature with sparkling wine before sitting down for a question and answer session with your guests as they share secret ingredients of their success.
Here's how I make my salad special.
Yeah. It says, enjoy a delicious plated breakfast joined by a celebrity guest. So I have a feeling that It will be the same thing each time. They're just going to serve up a plated breakfast.
Right.
They're going to serve you the wine, and then the person will just do their little Q&A. So
Yeah, that's
if I go 3 or 4 times, it'll be the same stupid thing every single time I go. I'm going to get so sick of the damn thing, I want to beat the milk out of it.
Hey. Mickey waffles are still good, no matter how
They're
many
not
times you've
serving
had
Mickey
them.
waffles. If they served Mickey waffles, I'd be happy. They're not.
Yeah, probably not. They're probably serving something a little bit more high end. Well, that's pretty good. Is there anything else that we need to know about the upcoming Food and Wine Festival that you didn't share with us?
No. It's what is it? 180 days out? 90 days out. It's starting when? September 14th.
It's starting September.
September 14th.
Yeah, middle of September. It's coming, buddy. It's coming quickly.
Yeah. Here's my prediction. I think eventually they're going to add more days to it, and they're going to do that probably by moving it up towards Labor Day. I don't think they could go further out in November because they'll be pushing up against Thanksgiving, and I think they want a week of teardown before Thanksgiving happens. But I think they could get squeezed in 2 extra weeks by moving it up to like September 1st.
Oh, sure. I mean, they could do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to go the full 3 months like Flower and Garden Festival did. But
yeah. Well, 60 days is good. It's a good start.
60 days is a great start. Well, thanks for sharing that stuff with us. It's good.
So as we get more information and things happen, we'll share them here. And then as we start to experience things too, we'll bring them back to the show.
Yes, absolutely. You can tell everybody about how how
Jimmy
bad
Dean cooked me salad.
Yeah, Jimmy Dean cooked a salad. It'll be interesting to see. Did they give you an idea? I didn't see it in the booklet. Did they give you a list of countries? Do we know all the countries?
No, they did not. There was a couple. Marianne had a slide, and there was still some undetermined, unnamed, to be named, to be determined.
God, I hope Singapore doesn't make its triumphant return.
Even some she didn't even have this year. They did this earlier than they have ever. Normally it's a little bit closer to the festival, and I understand they're trying to get more information out earlier. I get that part, but I think this event could still happen a little bit closer to the actual festival. Just put the information out and then have the event. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I don't even think they know the complete menus of all the booths yet. And, it's, like we said, it's like 90 days out or something. So,
yeah, that's kind of important to firm that up, guys. I mean, it's not like you have to order food or anything.
Yeah.
Which might explain why they ran out of a bunch of stuff in the front end of last year.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
They ran out of a bunch of food on the first few weekends because they, just weren't prepared. So maybe they'll learn from their mistakes. Maybe Chef Jens Palmer can go in there and smack some people around and remind people, this is not how we do things.
Yeah, well, cool. He's out. He's doing something else. There's a new guy. There's a new sheriff in town, and he's gonna make this a great one. You all here? All right. That's it for infotainment, John. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think we're good.
I felt like I did most of the talking.
You did, because you got to do the experience. I asked you questions and it was good.
All right. So that's it for this week's infotainment. And thanks for listening. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day, your busy schedule, to come listen to the Disney Parks Podcast. If you want to come follow us on Twitter, we are at Disney Podcaster. We're also on Facebook at Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And last but not least, visit us on our website at DisneyParksPodcast.com. And if you'd like to send us your thoughts of food and wine, send those to DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. And as we'd like to say around here, we'll see you at Food and Wine.
Nice. Hey, before we go, we need to, if you're still watching, I know we have a couple guys in the chat room. This got brought up in the chat room. We probably need to mention it. So apparently, somehow in the chat, when I copied and pasted the code for the YouTube video into like Facebook and shared the link from the site, apparently somehow, because I don't know why, I don't know how the internet works sometimes, there was a little snippet of code that was pulled from a previous chat conversation we've had, where it was talking about someone saying, let me see here. Let me go up and find it. Hey, something like the person that was talking in the chat said, I'd really like to see you guys have Joey and Ashley from the See You Real Soon podcast on YouTube. And so that got put in the little notes. You know, when you put it on YouTube, you got the video. Yeah.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, somebody should warn me, because we had people here tonight because they were expected to see Joey and Ashley. And the reason that I'm bringing it up is because I don't want to be accused of pulling a dick move like that.
Yeah.
We don't promote other bloggers to pull from their audience to come watch our show. Yeah. That's, you know, I don't want to pull this card, but I'm going to say it, and I hope you take it the way that I mean it. We've been around for 5 years. We don't need to ride the coattails of anybody. We are who we are, warts and all. We don't need to ride the coattails of any blogger. Lou, Briganti, I'm talking to you. Right. We don't need to ride the coattails. So I want to apologize sincerely if you came tonight to watch thinking that you were going to see some friends of yours or bloggers that you like. Yeah. I will make sure that never happens again. I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, and that was just. I don't want to get the reputation of being those guys.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Yeah, so.
That's what happens on the internet. You never know.
Yeah, well.
That's what makes the internet fun.
I didn't notice it when I posted it, but the boxing guru's here, and he's like, hey, I really thought that Joe and Ash were going to be here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, it's on Facebook. And he linked me over to the Polynesian Facebook group. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense, you know. And then I look over on our post, and he linked me to the boxing guru. I don't know if it's a man or woman, linked me to the post. I was like, son of a gun. So I really got embarrassed. That's why I like zoned out there for a little bit, because I was like, well, I got to fix this. And I can't fix it. So I just wanted to put it out there. I'm really sorry. And that's one of those things. But, you know, we should invite them on. It's
probably Facebook that's trying to grab something from the internet or from a previous thing that it shouldn't be.
It's grabbing metadata from our page. And you know, it does that a lot. Facebook is not a perfect Zuckerberg, if you're listening.
Too bad, Mark.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. So Dan Cisneros, thanks for bringing it up, the boxing guru.
Right.
So yeah, thanks for listening. He's been here all night long, so that's pretty cool. Okay. Vince is still here, so that's cool. So that's about it. I don't got anything else. You got anything else, buddy?
Nope, that's it.
All righty. So I'll get to work on this, and I'll get the show up. Shows up this week. So
all right.
We'll see you in the parks.
Yeah.